Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity with me, Cornish-Knight, as we are about to go meet the Duke of Defiance Bay and of the Deerwood. But first, we need to talk to the head clergy of Magran, who is Durance's boss, probably, and he's not going to be happy to see her.
Good day, stranger.
Freyga, the woman's head is bowed as her lips move in prayer. Just as he approaches, you catch a glimpse at the statue near her. She notices you and forces a smile. Praises to you, to Magran, and welcome to our temple. How may I be of your service? You seem upset. What's wrong? A temple? I thought this was a palace. Fregra, it's both really. It's a palace for which the Duke Ever governs, but it's also a place of honour and worship for Magran. The goddess has led us to independence and has always watched over the city. She smiles, falters. You seem upset. What's wrong? She sort of slumps. This is about the fires, isn't it? She puts her hand on your shoulder. They're just symbols. You can't put your faith in them. The fires? She sighs. The sacred pyres all around the town. You must have seen the statues of the goddess around the city, holding up empty braziers. I kept them burning steadily for 15 years, but I haven't been able to conjure them for months now, and people need to see them more than ever these days. So go light them again. I see plenty of flames here. They don't work that way. They're holy fire. It's my devotions and prayers that keep them lit. But lately, when I try to pray, all I can think of are the hollowborn all over the city, the grieving families, the refugees. She shakes her head. How could Magran allow us to suffer like this? What strength do we gain from soulless children? One moment, folks. So about that, we're back. Durance grunts in disdain. What strength do we gain from adversity, from trial and test? The fires don't wither because she lacks in faith. They wither because she does not understand how to be faithful to a whore. A whore wants neither praise nor devotion. A whore wants to be compensated for her services, and Magran is paid and pleasured in sweat and struggle and pain. This mewling imbecile is unworthy of Magran's womanly heart. And this has taken your faith. Shrug. Take heart and do not abandon your faith too easily. And this has taken your faith? She nods, running her hands through her hair, but I believe Magran may be speaking to me again. She frowns and casts a quick glance in your direction. Lately I've been seeing visions, a place in the wilderness with pools filled with sunbursts of colour, strange falls that seem to raise to the heavens even while they splash into the earth. She raises her hands as if framing an image of her vision, and behind the falls is a cave filled with fire and heat and danger, and some token of my goddess. I know that something's there, but where it is or whatever I'd get there, she shakes her head. I know there's something there, but where it is or how I'd get there, she shakes her head. I've been meaning to ask around at the exhibition hall to see if anyone recognised the description. To be honest, though, I don't know what I'd even do, even if I found the place. How worthless, like so many of Magran's flock, afraid of her god's tests. If Magran speaks to her, it was to hasten an end to a hypocrite's life, and this vision is surely a death trap for the weak. What are the significance of the sacred pyres? They're symbols of Magran's power and guidance. Right now, the people of Defiance Bay need to be assured of her presence. She crosses her arms, staring at the statue. Our neighbours in the Valan republics see us as superstitious, but we're just sensitive to the signs and warnings of the gods. Anything else? I'd like to know more about the temple here. Magran is the most revered goddess of the Deerwoodians, so it's no surprise that the temple is part of the Duke's palace. Her fire symbols, trials, revolution, and the blaze of new paths, all of which are important to us. She gestures to the statue. This is the first of the sacred pyres. When it's lit, so are the rest of the city around the city. Right, so her faith is waning. That's not good. Right. Travel to the caves from Friggar's vision. I'd be stealing to steal from that, so we won't be able to do it. Are we able to?
Slow and silent.
Nope. She's spotted.
Just say the word.
Right, so unlocking this will require the proper key. Okay, so we need to get through here. Hall of Records, Record Keeper. Right, more books. More books. All of it's stealing.
Just say the word.
So who's this? Marcel Fowen. Councillor Warren. This is the one we need to talk to, isn't it? Thank you for coming, Gwen Ravenheart. I've been trying to track you down for some time. This is Marcel Fowen, Earl Badmer's military advisor. He will serve as witness for this proceeding. He gestures at the man next to him. Well met, Road Warden. Your reputation precedes you. I admit you created a bit of a stir throughout the nobility of your reclamation of Cad Noir. Most are still not sure what to think of you. Get to the point. The legitimacy of your claim of Cad Noir is in question. Earl Badmar has issued a ruling on the matter. I trust the Earl to make a fair judgment. Cad Noir was abandoned for over a century, and I'm claiming the land through strength of arms. My claim is legitimate. Cad Noir is mine. Any who challenge my claim will face my wrath. I see. Let's go with this one. Cad Noir is banned for over a century. I claim this land through strength of arms. My claim is legitimate. There is no other claimant. If there was no other claimant, you would be correct. Unfortunately, this is not the case. All will be made clear once Lord Gathbin arrives. Do you have any questions for him while we wait? Tell me about Earl Badmar. Earl Badmar comes from an esteemed line of lords that rose to prominence after the War of Defiance some 150 years ago. The Deerwood consists of several earldoms, and Badmars govern the northern earldom known as the Grasp. As for the current Badmar, he is a fine man as I know. It is an honour to serve him. Tell me more about the Grasp. The Grasp is now the largest of the 7 earldoms after it consumed the pre-war earldom of Yernwood. It encompasses notable settlements such as New Holmar, Karen's Grasp, Gilded Vale, and of course Cad Noir. Yernwood? When the Deerwood was a mere colony of the Adria, it was divided into 9 earldoms. When the Adrians were defeated, the ultimate divide and driven out, 2 of the earldoms were absorbed and the borders were adjusted. The Yernwood was one such earldom. I have other questions. What do you know about Gathbin? While I've met him but once, it was ample time to determine the character of Lord Eldila Gathbin, or lack thereof. He is descendant from an old Adrian line that predates the War of Defiance. His great-grandfather, Ranning Gathbin, was the Earl of Yernwood during the War, that is, until he was stripped of his land and driven from the Deerwood. So this is what it's about. Do we know which way Earl Badmer has ruled? I'm sorry, my lady, I do not. The Earl decree is sealed. What was that about Road Warden? The one who rules Cad Noir on behalf of the Earl of Yernwood is traditionally known as the Road Warden. Your position might not be entirely official, yet by the title is an appropriate form of address. The master nods and smiles. I have no more questions. Your timing is impeccable. Here comes Lord Gathbin. An opulently dressed man strides towards the councillor, his sandy hair trailing him like a banner caught in the light breeze, boot heels echoing throughout the hall. An elven woman with cropped hair dressed in dark glinting mail shadows his steps. Before taking position alongside him, she watches you unabashedly taking your measure. Lord Gathbin, let's move past this formality as quickly as possible. I have other matters to attend to. It's well known that Cad Noir belongs to me by right. And where is this pretender, so me the fool who thinks to steal my land? Where is this low-born wretch? Warren clears his throat and glances at you. This woman here, this is the Lady of Cad Noir. I thought she was just another servant, perhaps a velvet, a valet or scurly maid. Raise your hand. Everyone who owns their own keep, raise your hand. Go on, don't be shy. Let's go. Raise your hand. Everyone who owns their own keep, raise a hand. Go on, don't be shy. Let's go that one. Imbecile, I hope you enjoy all the time squatting on my land. Provoking me further, and I'll hang you from the highest wall of Cad Noir when my business is finished. Councillor, read the Earl's decree. Warren breaks the seal on the scroll and folds it. Regarding the matter of Gathbin claim and Cad Noir, Earl Badmer finds that the Gathbin claim was never relinquished by law. Cad Noir is rightfully property of the Gathbin family. I knew it. Gathbin smirks you triumphantly. I have not yet finished reading, my lord. Gathbin rose his eyes and motions for the councillor to continue. However, the Earl recognises Gwen Ravenheart's part in reclaiming Cad Noir, as sight has been a site that stood abandoned and even some would say cursed for over a century. Before Cadnoir is returned to the Gaffin family, the Earl has decreed that Lord Gaffin will provide compensation in the form of absolutely not. Cathbin folds his arms to find scowl on his face. Councillor Warren, my lord. Warren raises an eyebrow. The amount is quite reasonable and requirement for your land to be returned to you if you will just allow me to finish. I will not pay a single copper to this miscreant from my ancestral land. Do you think I am blind to the Earl's motives, lackey? He thinks he can send a message with this insult. I have a message you can send to that son of a whore. Gaffin raises an open hand as the councillor shrinks from him, arm raised in defiant defence. Punts, Gaffbane. Yeah, punts him. Punts, Gaffbin. Gaffbin's nose crunches under your fist. He staggers back with a hand clutched over the injury, teary eyes wide with shock. Well, this is by far the best legal dispute I've ever been to, chuckles Canna. The elven defiant deftly draws a pistol from her thick leather belt, her eyes widen in anticipation. Councillor Warren, my lord, my lady, please, there is no need for further violence. Lord Cathbin holds your gaze for several heartbeats, his eyes burning with hatred. I'll be coming for what's mine. Count on it. Come, Captain Memory. We're leaving. He sneers defiantly before storming out down the hall. The captain lowers a pistol and gives a smirking shrug before following her employer. Well, I can't say that Cathbin's reaction was entirely unexpected, though no fault of your own. I'm afraid you've made a powerful enemy. I have dealt with much worse. He did seem a bit upset, didn't he? Shrugs. I've dealt with much worse, you spit. I hope you're right. Warren smiles thinly. In any case, Cadnoir now officially belongs to you since Lord Cathbin has rejected the Earl's decree. He hands you a deep blue sceptre which looks to have been carved entirely out of sapphire. Here, this belonged to one of the old lords of Cadnoir by right. It is now yours. You have gained the item Cadnoir Stannis added to your inventory. Give 100 copper. Have this sent to Lord Gaffin as a token of friendship. Tell Gaffin that if I catch many of his people in my land, I'll have them executed. Please extend our invitation to Lord Cathbin to feast with me within the halls of Cadnoir. There's no need for us to be enemies. Tell Cathbin that if I catch one of his people in my land, I have them executed. Let's go with that one. Extreme message to be sure, but I'll pass the message along. I'll be pleased to finally meet you, my lady. Perhaps we'll speak again under more pleasant circumstances. Farewell, Gwen Ravenheart. The master nods at you and leaves. Speak with Councillor Warren at the hall. Right. So, we've just made a powerful enemy.
Just say the word.
This is going to be fun.
Just say the word.
We do have such an interesting way of angering people.
Just say the word.
Right. How much money do we have? 2,498. And I get the feeling that we will need to start building some fortifications. Right. What do we need? We can't build any of the walls. Got the barracks complete. Dungeon. Yeah, let's get the dungeon going. So the dungeon of Cadnoir contains 9 cells. Upgrading the dungeon will allow you to take prisoners during your travels. That looks like a good idea. Right. But also, we need to make sure that we keep our money in check. Does he have any new information? Nope. Okay, so that was useless.
Yeah.
If there's nothing else of interest in here, I'm going to sneak in and steal their hats.
Hello.
Partly because I need the cash.
Just say the word.
Right. We've got the money. Well, we've got the hats, I should say, or the helmets. Got to steal all their helmets and sell them for money. Sneak attack, highest damage output, so that's basically the same thing that all rogues can do in RPGs. Right. Now let's try and get out of here in one piece. Temple of Woodacre. I mean, that's the main story. I want to go back to the Adventurers Guild because there was still stuff in Copper Lane that we hadn't explored. Right, oh, I could go back to Cad Noir, but it's got the barracks up, I suppose. How long would it take us? A day. I'll leave it a day, and then we'll travel back, because by then the repairs and stuff, the build two-handed weapons. So you have a single-handed weapon and deflection bonus of fighting with a shield. Right, okay. Actually, what was that scepter he was talking about? Gwen Ravenheart. The Bluestone Scepter is remarkable in that it has been shaped with a single sapphire from a single sapphire. Man, that's a big sapphire. It only has one component in its grip made of silver banding. Actually, damage. Not too bad. I mean, fast, 10 to 15 piercing. Fast, 12 to 18 crushing, slashing. Yeah, not bad. Yeah, he can use it. Okay, that's weird. But I mean, I have no use for this for the thing. That also reminds me, I need to have a look at this spell book. Crackling energy. Do you want to add infuse essence and a critical lens? I mean, that's not a bad one to have. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll put that one in there for now. He can have this one. And you can have that. Right. I need to go through this stuff here and get rid of some of it as well. Right.
Yeah.
Need to go to the Adventurers Guilds. Oh, there's a lot of places I need to still go. I also need to rest because my guys have taken a pounding. Oh. I always forget that that button does that. I'm used to moving with the WASD keys. Right. Yes, fearsome rumours persist of strange hooded figures emerging from the city's crypts. City guard advise caution and request that all citizens stay alert. Oh, wrong person. We need to talk to him.
Welcome.
Let's see what you have for sale. Right, I need to sell some stuff. Sell that. That. Fine hatchet. We've already got a couple of fine hatchets, so we've got to sell that as well for a bit of cash. Sell the cape. Ooh, that's actually fine robe. That is very nice. Sell the wand. That's a pike, that's a spear, okay. Yeah, the helmets, because they don't really do anything for us. One of the torches. I mean, these are the books that we've read. I'll just hang on to them. You never know when stuff is going to be needed for things in this game. Right, okay. Yep, fine, it's worth a lot. Well, I don't need it, that's the thing.
Just say the word.
Right, let's go to the Adventurers Guild. Talk to them. And see how much of a mess this is going to get us into. Although a sneak attack ability, yeah, it's the same. If you sneak behind enemies, they have higher weapons damage. Right, and you
This
ever...
looks like the kind of place we could find allies. For a prize.
Yeah, the best kind of allies.
Just say the word.
Yeah, a load of table, a load of books. Oh dear. Abandoned Lear. A well-groomed man steps through the hall with a confident swagger, a smug grin on his face. He is flanked by 5 other hard-looking individuals. Bared and nimble, one of the companions eyes you for a moment before spitting chew at your feet. Another pup come wandering, I see, just now. No, but Bren's giant slayers ran things around here and you'll be fine. Whatever you say. Never heard of them. Can I join? Never heard of them. His eyes now, you have now, stick around the fight spear and you will again, and plenty of bounties to go around, but there's a reason why giant slayers get the lion's share, remember that. A voice bells across the hall, enough jabber, Bayan. You gonna do that job or talk about it? Bayan the nimble, his jaw tightens. Wayne's right, that coin ain't going to collect itself. He looks at his comrade, jerks his chin towards the door. See you around, pup. Right, so...
Just say the word.
Already we have jackasses. Ain't that just delightful?
What?
The lock cries 1 lockpick. Yeah, do it.
That's settled.
It's got money. If we take it,
Just
it's
say the word.
stealing. Keep your guard up, or I'll give you something to guard. Damn you! That starting just gonna get you killed. Have you ever held a weapon before? Arrows are for practice in Arrows are for practice in the exhibition hall only. Purchase weapons for personal use from Sodnir. No exceptions. Yeah, so that person's
Just say the
shouting
word.
at this person because they're not training properly, which isn't surprising. These swords have been blunted for practice. Someone scrawled Commander Clever across to this dummy in chalk. The outer band, these targets are pocketed with countless holes. Right. Let's have a look around. There's supposed to be a merchant, a weapons merchant in here, right? Mercenaries, all the place. We're the ones who beat Red Saras in the Saints' War. What's wrong with looting? Not one's touching those artifacts in centuries.
Just say the word.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, to be honest. That's stealing.
How do you do?
The woman looks you up from her polishing a dagger. Haven't seen you before. You heard heading out with an exhibition company. She raised an eyebrow. Are you betting on one? How long have you been working here at Admersten? She leans on the counter and jumps her fingers. Oh, a few years. Got in the minute the last merchant cleared out. She nods towards the main area of the hall. They've got a new exhibition venturing out every week, so this is a great place to do business. And the dozen make loyal friends and loyal customers so long as you stick by them. She taps the counter. The vendors who were here before me, they ran him out when he sold his best helmets to a pair of Crucible Knights. I've been careful not to make the same mistake. Tell me about the expeditions. There are a group of adventurers that venture into the wilderness. More than a few of them try their luck scouring the ruins. Most of them come back empty-handed if they come back at all. Betting on them is almost as risky as actually going, but that's how the expeditions get funded. And every once in a while, one of the venturing companies will strike it big and make a fortune for their backers. Can I buy something? I'm afraid not. See, the dozen only do business with me as long as I only do business with them, and they're good customers. She jerks a thumb to the door, but if you get on Oscar's good side, he may make an exception for you. He's probably trading some of the new recruits right now.
Just say the word.
Right. So this is basically that Melissa place's hangout. Yeah, that's what they said, wasn't it? So this is an adventuring guild.
For the last time, Aidwig, keep your fucking blade up. If that dummy was armed, it'd have your head off.
This man watches the training adventurers with disinterested contempt. The disinterested contempt of someone whose skill are wasted in this setting. He barks at one of them. Any way I could get access to Suddenly's merchandise? She only sells to the friends of the dozen. Although he sizes you up, I do have something I need done. Something that requires, he glances sidelong at the adventurers flailing away helplessly at the dummies. Competence. What do you need done?
I was formerly one of the Knights of the Crucible. When I left, they kept my arms and armor. The arms they can have, but the armor belonged to my family. I'd like it back.
Doesn't sound like leaving the Crucible Knights was your choice.
You don't choose to leave knighthood. The Crucible Knights, they may not be a real knighthood, but the oaths you swear are just as true. Still, turns out that even unofficial knighthoods have politics. You cross the wrong man, suddenly all kinds of accusations are thrown your way, and nobody believes you.
Nothing more destructive than a crowd. Nothing more destructive than a crowd with the wrong idea. What's this armor?
It's a breastplate. Not much to look at, and it's seen far too much use, but it's been in my family since the liberation.
Why didn't you just ask for it back, you ask?
No. Not that like that, I'm sure. But I won't be going. Sooner be torn apart by dogs than give them the satisfaction.
I see what I can do.
And then it's Penhelm you're looking for. A low snake of a man. If he was to die choking on his own black tongue, it'd be too kind of fate. He kept it when he had me kicked out.
He leans in close. I got word from a reliable source, but Penhelm visited a in Odra's Grift right after having his soul lineage read by a cipher in Durin Row. Should you have it in your heart to find a way to ruin his life while you're there, well, drinks are on me. Having his soul lineage read?
It's a requirement to join the Knights. They have to ensure a novitiate doesn't have a subversive lineage. If Penhelm's superiors found out his affidavit was a fake, his career would be over. Every novitiate gets an affidavit from Dunreed Row, and those are stored at Crucible Keep. If you find Penhelm's, one of those ciphers could tell you if it's real.
Sagini scratches the back of her neck. If generations of Mursk's traditions are any indication, then Penhelm probably doesn't remember it. Still, a past like that has to count for something. Got business with me? Looking for work, blah blah blah, okay. Find the heirloom plate.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a good way. I want to try... We should also talk to this ass hat here as well. Security reports that trolls and ogres will attack the stronghold in 5... Wait, what? Security reports that trolls and ogres will attack the stronghold in 5 days. A small band of trolls and ogres will found their way out of Odno. Odno will be in the Great Hall soon. Manually resolve. Okay. We probably need to hire someone else, so hire another gold pack knight. I'll hire a gold pack knight. And we'll go manually resolve. You can travel to Cadnoir to participate in the defense. Okay. Man, that's worrying. Right.
Yeah.
Don't stand on ceremony. State your business.
I'm looking for work.
Go see Osric. He's usually got something. You do well for him, maybe I can find you more.
Tell me about the dozen. The Warren's expression becomes serious. The timbre of his voice deepens. Good men and women trying to walk in the footsteps of great men and women who came before us. We're a loose association of warriors and expeditionaries in the Deerwood, not as a fancy as the Crucible Knights, mind you, but at least we remember our roots. At least you remember someone else's roots and pretend to be like them, you mean? Your roots? The Crucible Knights take pride in having won the Deerwood freedom 150 years ago, but we're the ones who protected it. Everyone knows that the Saints' War ended when the Godhammer destroyed Widwen at Evandur's bridge. A lot of folks don't know that Widwen wound up on that bridge. 7 men, 5 women, they walked on to Helgot's citadel and faced down a god, held him there until the bomb went off. He thumbs the table. That's the legacy we defend. Some call us mercenaries, but we don't need matching armour and silk clothes to remember our role. we're the same now as we were then. We stand for the people, first line of defence, whatever it takes. We got new enemies now. If it's not Widewen, it is damned legacy. It's the damned soul butchers and the Blackenberry making things worse for all of us. Probably causing the whole thing one way or another. Well, we haven't gone anywhere, and there's a lot more than 12 of us now. We'll defend Deerwood once, and we'll do it again. One near Casley nods at you, his eyes continue to float from mercenary to mercenary as he speaks. What else do you need? Farewell. Right.
Yeah.
Man, they're a bit of religious fundamentalists. Well, I won't say religious fundamentalists, they're just very, very radical. They're political radicals, I should probably say, indeed. They're believable. Right. So if we've got 4 days, it would take us a day and a bit to get back. So we have to keep that in mind. Is there anywhere else you wanted to look? There was a house down here. I haven't checked out the domicile of these people yet. So let's find if there's anything interesting in here. I just want to check out like all the named buildings in the area before we go into the next one, because it will save us time in the long haul, and you never know where jobs may turn up. The bestiary contains all the information you have unlocked about every creature you have fought, and defeating more enemies gives you more information. Spilled tea, empty ink pots, and one detailed sketching of a fire-breathing old dwarf all remain of study session. Can anybody see us? Nope.
Just say the word.
Let's get going. Koren. And he's smoking a pipe.
Good day, stranger.
By well as eyeless face, you are one short ogre. But why are you green, and how are you getting the ducks to keep flying around you? Let me guess, you have smoked a lot of white leaf, or do you get your hands on some snowcap? He claps his hands and laughs. Snowcap. So few people know snowcap, much less ogres. He beams at you and nods his head. You're a scavenger? He nods. Yes, I am a scavenger. I read books, I write books. I once ate a book, but only because it looked like a sweet pie. Or perhaps it was a sweet pie baked to look like a book. Interesting. Ho ho! I am also a collector of herbs, flowers, plants. I sell them. Mostly I eat them. Show me what you have for sale. Right, so he's got potion ingredients. Yeah, that's what he has. He sells potion stuff. Right.
Well met, friend.
Tell me about the dormitory. It's where the scavengers who work for the Hall of Red Mysteries sleep. I'm a scavenger. He sniffs. This place smells like old stockings. Right.
Yes?
The study bunks are topped with thin blankets and then even thinner mattresses.
A simple test. That's settled. Hello? Hello?
Just say the word.
I mean, I wonder how my personality's shaped. Rational, honest. I punched the bloke in the nose. That doesn't get me anything. I threatened to hang his people from the blinking walls.
Just say the word.
Another scavenger. You must be here for Koren.
Yeah.
Right. I do love this game. I don't know how Koren hid in his little racket from excuse me. Right. A rancid stench rises from the base, and the dishes at the top of the pile are flaked with morsels of food and cheese. Those at the bottom are coated in slimy fuzz. Ugh. What's this? Coca beans. Vegetables. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So, That's all. So he's basically the alchemical seller if you want to make potions and stuff, I take it. Like for food, actually we could make some pie. Make the pie. And we could actually make some beer as well, make a savoury pie as well. I mean, they're useful, to be honest. They give quite good benefits. The potions are useful as well. But they cost a lot of money. Like minor recovery. See, look, your minor endurance plus it gets your endurance up, but like it doesn't heal us. To actually heal, you need a pretty powerful major regeneration. That's endurance. Yeah, I mean, we don't have what we need to make any of this stuff. We could make scrolls, plenty of scrolls. That's good to know. Can't get any of those. We could get slaying, primordial, and spiritual, but I want to save my money really. Right, but we are running out of time for the day, so it's time for us to crack open another book. Let's go with Baratheon scripture. Behold the vow faithful, the verses of vow transformation. Fear not the journey with when the portal opens. Become one with the wheel, with glad heart and cheerful countenance. For the doorway shall open for all their time. Neither the rich nor influential, neither kings nor rulers, neither the strong nor powerful can escape its embrace. But wrath will usher thee through the doors, and thou, whilst return to life, thou mortal life began anew. There goes the cycle, there goes life, there thou goes also. Thou shalt approach the door, inevitable shall approach thee. Do not turn back on the portal, do not turn back on new life. Walk the path and welcome change, or face the night, for he walks the road with thee and will guide all to their destinations. Thou mortal skull, thou wilt become, thou closed off the key shalt turn, thou sealed the threshold and thou shalt cross. The leaden key is somebody we're looking for, isn't it? And they mention a key here. I wonder. Right, we read another one. Ephesian prayer. Man, this is a long one. And the sun break through the darkness, and the new dawn arrive with the rebirth of the day. Rejoice ye, well dwelt in shadow, who are broken and beaten. The winter soon comes to an end. Spring shall rise, bringing light and life to the world. Radiant light, radiant life, and thou shalt find warmth in his arms. All creatures bask in his glory. The rays of his countenance bathe the world, bringing an end to the night, ushering in the day. Kneel before him and wonder at his benevolence. Feel the warmth of his radiant presence. If thou art broken, he shall make thee whole. If thou art in darkness, he shall bring thee to the light. If thou art sinful, he shall be reborn. If thou art cold, his warmth shall boast of thee. How canst I, so low and worn, speak words of proper adulation? Thine eyes gaze see the sin in me, yet still shows love. Thine hands who grip pulls me out of the darkness. Thine ears listen to my every prayer. Thine heart bright as the dawn, giving me warmth when I am raw. Eophus, light of spring, son of the world, thou givest me life and purpose. If thine heart is black, if thine intentions impure, thy life is forfeit. For he has seen, he can see, and he will see. Nothing is hidden from his glory. His light touches every corner of the world. Nothing is hidden from his sight. If thou doust thy work in dark, if thou would keepest thine actions hidden, thou shalt be burned in the sun of the new dawn. Day comes soon, prepare for dawn. Nothing is hidden from his reach. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting... Man, those guys seem to sound of fun at parties. Okay, so back out here, we've done some adventuring, we've got some new jobs. We've got a bunch of trolls and slimes that are approaching in 5 days, which is worrisome. But that's for next time, folks. I've been Cornish-Knight. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscription button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam, or you can leave a comment in the comment section. I will get back in contact with you. I've been Cornish-Knight. This has been Pillars of Eternity, and I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.